Okay, first story we want to talk about in this video is the so-called war on terror that your illustrious president wants to keep touting. There's a video on infowars.com that was put on today, which is January the 16th, 2015, that Cameron and Barack Obama did a little press conference trying to promote this war on terror that America and Europe are supposedly in. Got a question for you. If we're supposedly fighting terrorists, why are we also funding ISIS or ISIL or Al-Qaeda, whichever name you want to stick to them? And why do we have sales in America? Now, folks, you're going to have to investigate these things. I'm going to put the links to the stories at the bottom of this video. You need to check them out, and you need to be prepared. And what do I mean by prepared? Naturally, I'm trying to get people ready for whatever kind of calamity is going to be engineered by our wonderful, loving government, which is going to include anyone who won't be persuaded to worship the beast when they said the image of. They'll be thrown into what Hitler called re-education camps. Yeah. Has nobody ever paid attention that Barack Hussein Obama says the same crazy, way out there in left field psychopathic jargon that Adolf Hitler also spewed? And I'll give you some links to Hitler quotes and articles, scholarly articles. I'm not talking about somebody John Q. Public had written. These are scholarly articles from learning centers, websites devoted to history, politics, world history, you know. Something a little more in depth than what you get from mainstream media, which is not hard to be more in depth than mainstream media, because I don't know if you've ever heard the term prostitute. I'm not saying prostitute, I said prostitute. They're bought and paid for by Mr. Obama and his predecessors before him. You don't really get real news from these agencies anymore. So, we'll go into a little more detail on the terror cells that are in our country, with names like Holy Islamberg or Islamville, to name a few. And these are not set up way out in the middle of nowhere. They're strategically located next to nuclear power plants, right up next to New York City's water supply. The FBI even has a report out. It's declassified. You can look it up too. I'll be giving you links to all these things. They even have a report that there are cells of radical Islamists. And you know, Mr. Obama has been on a campaign to take that out of the syntax of our vernacular. In other words, out of our common speech. No more can you say radical Islamist. He's even gone so far as you're not supposed to say Islamist. And another thing, why is it that the United Nations can say, you know what, you can't speak out against Islam, because it's hate speech. But yet they don't even bat an eyelash when radical Islam kills Christians. Hmm? How about you do something about that? And, you know, we had Eric Holder when they asked him the direct question, do you think radical Islam could have been responsible for some of these attacks? Well, I don't want to speak bad about a religion. I don't want to, I don't, yeah, he started doing the stammer stepping and the quivering lip of a moron. That's what happens when you start catering to evil and somebody calls you on it. When they call you out, I guess it is a little bit scary. So that's probably about as much as what most of you can handle for right now. Folks, you're going to have to wake up. You're going to have to get educated, and you're going to have to get educated fast. And I'm telling you, these websites that I'm going to give you links to, you can trust them. I've verified these facts. You know, and Alex Jones in particular, he will tell you that they break their backs to verify any of these stories. Every now and then they get a red herring, they get a bad lead, and they will come out and they will tell you that it turned out to not be true. But for the most part, I'd say 95, 99% of what they report is spot on. So you can trust what he says. But be tuning in. If you don't trust Alex, tune in here. Because I'm telling you, I verify these things. And it may sound scary. I hope it does sound scary. Because then maybe you watching this will get your family to start investigating these things. Because knowledge is indeed power. And if you've not read it, the scripture, the Holy Bible, God's Holy Bible, not the Quran, but God's Holy Bible, the Creator, says multiple times, my people perish for a lack of wisdom. And it says they perish from lack of knowledge. And they perish from lack of vision. So folks, Jesus gave you instruction in Revelation to anoint your eyes with eye salve so that you can see. That's in the 3rd chapter of Revelation, speaking to the Laodicean church. And I don't know if you all know this yet or not. Those 7 churches that he referred to are not just 7 physical churches. They're 7 church ages. Guess which one we're in? That ought to give you just a little hint on how important it is to know what's going on. On a side note, I mentioned that I'm going to school, and a young lady posted on one of our discussion boards that she was, quote, usually the last to know about what's going on in the world. She doesn't even know who the president is right now. But a simple Google search will, bring her up to speed. So she's not worried. And I made the comment to her, I said, I'm glad that you're enjoying the classes and that you're doing well with the assignments. I said, what concerns me is the quote I just gave you guys. I said, it is dangerous in this day and time not to know what's going on. And I can't stress it enough. To anyone that I talk to, you have to know what's happening in the world. Because if you close your eyes, it's going to get you. And this is not Kansas anymore, Toto. We done went way over the rainbow into Obamaville. And it's a treacherous landscape, my friends, because you have a president who says one thing and does something else. I can give you example after example. Take the Patriot Act, which is not patriotic. Take the Affordable Health Care Act, Obamacare, which is not affordable. 500% increases in premiums all across the country. An average of 150%. Other places are the extreme. Some places are not as bad. Is it affordable? No. Remember, when you're dealing with Obama, it is perpetual opposite day. Did you ever play that in school? You tell somebody, we're going to do such and such, and then they go and do that, and you don't. And they're left looking like a chump, and you say, oh, it's opposite day. That's all I've got for right now. Please, check out the links. There'll be links in the description where it says more. Click more. Drop it down. Click the links. Or simply go to Infowars.com. Okay? You can trust the stories on Infowars.com. I post them to Facebook all the time. And not many people even look at them, I don't believe. But you know what? If that's the way you want to be, bury your head in the sand. But just like the ostrich, you'll have your head removed from the rest of your body soon. Watch the videos of the people radical Islamists got a hold of. They decapitate people. They shoot people in the head. Their slogan is, convert to Islam or die. Now, is that a religion? I don't think so. Jesus Christ sure never told you to die. He told you to live. And he didn't say, you have to follow me. But he's the only one who can save you. And that's the great thing about our God. He believes in free will and free choice, and he promotes it. He doesn't force you to do anything. Unlike Allah, who says, you join me or I'll kill you. I'll have my people kill you. You know why? Because there's one true God. All the rest are just different names for Satan. Enemy. A fallen angel who wanted to be God. And he's got a bunch of people who wants to have it all here in this life. And I don't know if he told them the truth, what's going to happen to them at the end. I say he lied to them about that too. Oh, you're going to have the 70-room mansion with 70 virgins in each room. All you got to do is die. Jesus said, I came that they have life and it more abundantly. It seems to me like a no-brainer. You take Jesus on the right hand and life forever, or you take one of the other made-up deities on the left and die. Die in this life and then die in the second. If you don't take part in the first, then, you know, there is no life. There's just that dip in a real hot sauna. That's actually not a sauna, it's fire and brimstone. Death, destruction, mayhem, screaming, and, you know, gnashing of teeth. Again, no-brainer. No-brainer. It's not even, it shouldn't even be a choice. You want to live or you want to die? Because it's coming for you. It's coming. It's going to be just as the Bible says. So, I'm going to cut this video off right here. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your prayers. And keep watching. Because I'm still going to do the radio show as soon as we get enough funding to be back on there. We're going to have to be off for just a little while until the Lord blesses or we come up with donations. The gospel's free. The spreading of it is not. You got to buy airtime. I got to buy bandwidth for the internet. So if you feel led, make a contribution, or just get people to watch, get people to open up their eyes and see what's happening. So I thank you for being here and giving me a chance to speak. And please, don't do anything just because I'm asking you to. Do it for your own good. Because, folks, you've been lied to for a long time. And I don't claim to know it all. But something that is completely overt, it's not hidden. Folks are not hiding their agenda anymore. They're banning wood-burning stoves. Did you know that? It's on Infowars.com, the EPA. If they catch you with a wood-burning stove, they've got big fines, and if they keep coming back, they'll hit you with the same fine until you can't pay the fine, and they'll take your house. That's life in Obamaville. But he's not the main culprit, but he's the face. He's the front man. He's the puppet. He's the image man. Okay? So, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll try to have them on much more often. God bless.